Okay, I kinda get it now. Kinda. Let's go back to the beginning. I never had anything against Fortnite. I just couldn't get into it. I tried. Since it came out every 18 months I tried. Every time there was some big update or chapter or whatever, I tried. But I couldn't get into it. After max 20 to 30 minutes, I just wanted to do something else. The movement was too basic and stiff. The build mechanic meant every fight ended in a repetitive tower defense. I just couldn't care. It wasn't until Blackout that I found my first true love. Which is a shame, because getting into a solo game, at least on Xbox, is fucking impossible now. Come back. Come back. I'm a sad panda. So when Chapter 4 dropped at the end of last year, and Epic was all, hey, look at our shiny new Unreal Engine 5 game. That's also free. I was like, yeah, okay. Up until then, the only time we'd had with the engine had been clunky tech demos that, while interesting, were not exactly smooth or even games. So I thought, okay, it's been about 18 months. Time to jump back in and get disappointed. And you know what? I was not entirely disappointed. Most of my footage is from Season 1, but I did drop back into Season 4 to see how things have progressed, and I'll get to that in a bit. But since the mechanics are the same, it's still the same shit. And thus far, this is a review of Chapter 4 as a whole. Now let's start with the good. No forced build mechanic! You can play with no build! Holy shit, that's half the battle right there! Every game isn't the same tower defense anymore, and you actually have to use the level. You know, like a level. Just about all the player movement and shooting mechanics are so improved, it honestly feels like a different game. All the other Fortnite chapters had new numbers in front of them, but they all felt like the same Fortnite. This feels like Fortnite 2. Movement is much more momentum-based and less stiff, and that goes for shooting too. I don't even think you could crouch in the original Fortnite. It's all just better. Much, much better. The shiny new engine doesn't hurt either. When Epic said they got Unreal 5 with both Nanite and Luma active running at 60 FPS, I was like, I'll believe it when I see it. Okay. I see it. I believe it. This is some pretty shit. This is pretty and shiny. You win this round, Epic. I mean, this is flattened to standard color range for YouTube, but even without the HDR, it's still some pretty shit. It wasn't as dark in-game, though. All this footage came out dark as fuck. Hey, why is everything captured on my new Wish capture thingy so dark? Feel free to answer in the comments, why does the HD 60s Plus come out so dark? It shouldn't look this dark. There's also a lot of in-game perks that weren't there last time I played, bringing in some of that question mark item box variation that made Blackout so much fun. Since you unlock some of them by leveling up, all of a sudden XP matters. Oh look, game loop! I love game loop. It makes it feel, you know, like a game. Sure, some of the best multiplayer games ever didn't need this kind of game loop, but they tended to be same room, split screen, so it didn't matter so much. This is 2023. No one has any friends. You need a game loop. They added gold you can earn in-game and spend on other in-game shit, including rerolls on perks and hiring NPC allies. It's all very good and loopy. It feels earned without being pay to win. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but they made me care about character skins. For maybe the first time ever. It probably helps that they're not so much skins as they are straight up characters. It's not like Call of Duty where a skin is a hat or face paint. Why, yes, I do want to unlock that Doom Guy skin. Yay, game loop. This might in all honesty be the first time I ever did a battle pass in, like, anything. Because it's the first time I gave a shit, and Doom Guy makes everyone give shits. I kinda get it now. I kinda get the property license skins. Yes, I would like to play my favorite characters. Yes, I would like to know when RoboCop is available, because I can never fucking find him in the store. Dog, chicken. 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 Oh, bitch! Oh, shit! Chicken. 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 Ah, pecan, bitch. And for the first time, maybe ever, I actually cared about stupid shit, like gun skins. It's stupid shit, sure, but if you make me care about a game, I'll care about the stupid shit in a game. This is probably the first time I've ever cared about an emote, because I guess I'm stupid now. I mean, There's something so wholesome about all this. Jumping back into Season 4, while the level is updated with some differences, new additions, the mechanics remain the same, as does the gorgeous Unreal 5 engine. The real differences are in the available weapons and items. This turret is pretty cool. I really like some of the new vertical areas where you can see real far and snipe, and forget headed glider redeploy. Did they take that out? So I know I'm sounding pretty positive. That means it's time for the bad. Get those angry comments ready. Amongst all the mechanical improvements, there's still no shoulder swap. It would have been useful and seems like the only third-person shooter mechanic still missing. Also, the AI is kind of fucked, and every NPC ally you hire has a bad case of the tardids. Like a toddler with too much energy, they can't sit still for 2 fucking seconds, and will begin destroying everything around you, including cover or what might be your endgame hiding place. That is now no longer hidden. They're also prone to depression. I once actually had my NPC buddy outright kill me. I wasn't actually recording when it happened, but this is what replays are for. Okay, got a nice spot. Oh, I see bitches. Let's get the bitches. Let's get those bitches. Let's get those bitches. Let's blam. Go blam. I see you bitches. You can't get me. I'm all the way up here. I got you, bitch. Hey, what's that sound? What's it? Stimpy, you idiot. Ultimately, while annoying, it's also avoidable because you can just save your gold and not hire NPCs if you want. So it isn't game breaking. And that, bitches, is what we call a transition to the 2 main problems that could be arguably considered game breaking. The first is this shit. And some of you already know what I'm about to say because I'm cabined. Cabined. Like a Republican. Now, for those who don't know, being cabined means the game thinks you're about 7 years old, and you can't do voice chat, or as far as I can tell, even play anything they would consider adult or censored, like the Pixar-style zombie save the world fucking game. Now, this is a problem for several motherfucker reasons, but let's just start with how annoying and frustrating it is that the game will not let you tell it you're a fucking adult. Now, I know some of you are already saying, oh, in the beginning of the game, it asks you how old you are, and if you say you're over a certain age, it won't do that. Except it never did. It never asked me how old I was. It just said, bitch, you 7, and I'm cabined. And I can't motherfucking get out of the cabin. Technically, you can set up your parental controls through the options in the game, so let's see what happens when I try that. Yeah. Good job, Epic. I then went to their website and spent many hours on that and other connected websites trying to uncabin myself with long game code numbers and all this other shit, and over a course of 2 days and a grand total of 5 hours, I got nowhere. The website constantly gave me errors. I couldn't send things when I needed to without getting some error glitch. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't uncabin. After 5 fucking hours over 2 days, I was like, that's it. That's it, I'm done. I'm staying in this fucking cabin. But I'm sure you're saying, well, that was many months ago. You could just try it now. I'm sure they fixed it. Okay, let's try it now. Season 4. Parental controls. Set up parental controls. God damn it, Epic. Fuck it, staying in this cabin. This is also particularly annoying for me because, for those who don't know, Fortnite originally, and still supposedly, has a Save the World mode, which is you and other players potentially fighting back a bunch of zombies. Very G-rated, Pixar-style zombies. And I've always wanted to play this. And to this day, I have not. Because Epic won't let me. I don't know exactly what the deal was when, the Fortnite Battle Royale was much younger, but they sort of cabined the Save the World mode, so I think sometimes it wasn't available, sometimes it was just hard to find. In those first several times I tried playing Battle Royale, I always looked for it. I looked for it in-game, in the in-game store. I looked for it on the online stores. I could never get it. I could never get it in a way that was available. And now it looks like it's there. It's totally back. It was back at the beginning of Season 4. You could actually buy it as part of a skin set. Except that if you're cabined, you're probably not going to be able to play it, and you're just wasting money. So I couldn't get it. God damn it, Epic, over, 4 or 5 years, I have made at least 3 or 4 attempts to try and play this fucking thing, and you won't let me. I'm willing to give you $15, but you won't let me. Help me. Help me help you. Alright, but that doesn't really affect technically the Battle Royale. I'm sure I can't do voice chat, but I like to play solo anyway, so who cares? It's just really fucking annoying! And that brings us to the second thing that I would call game breaking. And it's what you would call broken weapons. Not glitched weapons, mind you, broken ones. Or at least that's what the kids these days call them. In Season 1, it was this fucking hammer. This spammy, blows everything up, traversal cheesing, overpowered, mother cunting hammer! Literally half of all games I played down to the final handful of players were bitches bouncing around on hammers. And all of a sudden, this fun shooter game wasn't a shooter. It was bullshit. And about half of all players, myself included, refused to use them on principle, because we wanted to play Fortnite, not this bullshit. Now I know what you're all saying. Who gives a shit? That was Season 1. The hammer isn't even around anymore. Review the Season 1, stupid geez. But it is relevant, because the hammer, or broken weapons, as I quickly discovered, has been an on and off constant for pretty much the entirety of Fortnite. Half the time, there is a broken weapon, or item or whatever, that is overpowered and spammable. Now keep in mind, I'm not talking about limited time events, like the Thanos event where one player could get an infinity gauntlet and everyone gun for the big powerful boss, like any number of asymmetrical multiplayer games. That's a brief event that kind of sounds dope actually, and can't be spammed by every player all the time. I'm talking about this shit. And from the fan anger that the internet loves to cement in granite, it's clear that there have been hammers before, and there will be hammers again. It's not always a hammer, but it's a hammer. And looking from Epic's history with this, while they do on occasion remove it early, they usually don't. And you're stuck with whatever this season's hammer is for most if not all of the season. The hammer is the #1 reason I didn't want to play anymore, because half the games ended in this spammy, not shooty bullshit. It's why everyone who isn't 5 years old turns off Smash Balls, because we actually want to play the game, instead of it all becoming about balls in your face. One of the reasons that the Nintendo-y, Mario Kart-y, item block type pickupables in Blackout worked is because there was no blue shell. Even Mario Kart understands this, because you know where they don't give you the blue shell? Battle mode! Because blue shells in a PvP battle would be kinda bullshit. Some of the newer Season 4 power weapons, like whatever the fuck this is, don't have that problem because they have a delayed buildup and a cooldown. Look, cooldown. Not spammable. Not fucking spammable. And since it seems like half of the seasons have broken weapons, that means half of the time, it's not something I'd probably be interested in playing. It kind of reminds me of Black Ops Cold War on Xbox, because half the updates broke the game technically, leaving it in an unplayable state, and the other half fixed it until the next update broke it again. So it was only ever playable half the time. And while items like the hammer or any other overpowered spammable item is a design issue and not a technical one, it doesn't really change the outcome, which is that I wouldn't want to play it half the time. Because if I had a choice, I'd still just play Blackout. I just can't. Because it doesn't love me anymore.
I'm here for you! Don't do that, Jesus Christ! You're gonna get me killed! Out of here!
Oh, Billy. Ah!
Margot Robbie Award. Because this is pretty good. I kind of get it now. I'm having fun. This is pretty fun. This is pretty good. Half the time. The other half...
Sorry.
I guess it depends on who's directing this season.
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
Hey, where'd your accent go? Where'd your accent go? Bet you thought I was gonna make a Barbie joke, didn't you? Stimpy, you idiot.